Welcome to part 2 of the UltraPoi series. I'm Mr. Knots, and today I'm going to teach you how to let your poi hold your hand. Because your poi, you gotta hold your, you gotta hold your hand delicately. There's a whole science to letting your poi hold your hand. If you squeeze it too much, you gotta work up to that kind of level of relation, you know what I mean? You don't just like grab the hand. You gotta like temper that shit. Okay? We're gonna teach you how the poi holds your hand and how to hold the poi's hand, okay? Okay? Is this terminology not scientific enough for you? Hit that subscribe button, because we do science here at UltraPoi, alright? So, let's go. I'm cutting to me. I need to go. I can't do this sitting here. Actually, I probably could, but the way that I've structured it, I'm not going to. Everybody please go enjoy Mr. Knots in a different outfit in a different location, teaching you how to hold your poi. Chime sound. So holding a poi handle is a delicate process, much like holding a young dog. Like this one. Much like how you hold Judy softly and take care of her fragile little tiny chest.
She's 5 pounds.
Poi are probably like around the same weight, honestly. I feel like this is an ample comparison. So we do science here. Okay, so when I shot that intro in that really awesome outfit.
Undoubtedly a very cool outfit.
When I shot that, I did not realize how complicated the whole handle thing was. To start, there are just lots of different kinds of poi handles. There's the looped ones, the leash, there's the double looped leashes, there's knobs, there's capsule handles. There's probably other ones that I don't even know about because people design their own props. These are like the UltraPoi knobs that I use. I usually just use knobs because I can do like contact stuff with them. Different handles sometimes require different holding strategies, and even different tricks do. You're gonna use different handle techniques for different 2-poi and 3-poi tricks than you might when you start learning. That sounded pretty good, huh? Yeah.
Tutorials.
So the way that I'm gonna teach it is pretty much the few handle techniques that I use the most for the kind of tricks that I do. There's really a bunch of different ways, as I was saying, that you can hold your poi, and different tactics for different kinds of poi, and really what you are comfortable with is the bottom line. Not that I don't think that there's a lot of value in learning a bunch of these different ones. As soon as I actually started researching this for this very video, because I'm so educated and we always gotta, we're brushing, I'm learning. Learning to teach with Mr. Knots, poi. Knowing all of the different ways that you can hold poi honestly makes it a little bit easier for you to switch between them when it's convenient for certain tricks. So I'm gonna just go over a couple basic ones that I think everybody could use for a lot of different kinds of tricks. The first one that I learned that I usually default to is keeping it right next to my, how do you describe this? Keeping it nestled in between my thumb and my first finger here is my kind of favorite way to do it. This way you can kind of easily switch between your planes. You have a lot of control for wraps if you want to do them. You have a lot of control for things like tangles and a bunch of tricks that none of you guys should know because you're in the fundamentals series.
Unless you're brushing up on your fundamentals and you do know these things.
In which case, major good idea. That's it's seriously helpful. I'll bet you I'm going to be a better poi spinner after this. I probably will. I'll actually know stuff. A couple reasons why I really love this one. It's a lot easier to do the shift to 2-poi because you kind of have to like break your hand in half, and obviously that's a tutorial for further down the road, but I think that it'll make some two-handed poi tricks a lot easier once you start getting into those. I also like it because when you start doing tosses, it's kind of easy, an easy place for you to catch it. Not that you can't catch it with a bunch of different other handle techniques, but sometimes it might require a little bit more precision. Other than this one, just obviously comfortably resting right here. You can be pretty lazy about that toss too. You can also choke up on it. You can wrap it in an extra time if you want to do like shorter tricks for some reason, so you can like, do a little wrap around your hand and do some smaller stuff if you want to shorten your poi for a little bit. The next one that I would recommend is having it in between your middle and first finger. A lot of people like this one because you can get a lot more of the extension of that feeling of the weight it gives you just one extra joint for you to kind of work with, so you can feel your wrist sway into it a little bit more. It's just a little bit of extra versatility, and it's still something that you can combine with other hand positions for specific kind of tricks if you want to be like a little bit crazier with I say tangles a lot because I like tangles. This is my tutorial series, Mr. Knots. This one can also be helpful for when you start doing swap tricks at some point in the future. Another thing that you probably don't know about if you're watching this beginner series. It's helpful, generally speaking. It's another one that you could practice and try to get good with. I'm going on to the next one.
You get the idea. Practice with different handle stuff.
The third one that I'm going to go over is using your pinky and ring finger. This one is probably not actually going to make poi spinning easier for a lot of reasons, but it might give you a different weird style, like those people in anime that, like, you know, shoot their pistols with their pinkies and stuff. It's like there's not much of a reason for it, but it looks cool. And sometimes you might actually be able to discover some weird stuff with, you know, a different handle technique and learning it that way. I recommend trying with different things. Even though one might be easier, that doesn't necessarily mean I recommend it, because if you end up learning with a weird, different kind of way of spinning poi, you might create a style that no one's ever seen before. Try with different things. I've left, hopefully, graphics throughout this with different hand positions. Here's a little montage that, oh geez, I'm gonna have to edit this. It's gonna take me a minute. Here's a little montage of different ways that you can hold your poi. We're playing it. I think we're done here, right? You guys learned how to delicately nestle your poi's hand. Part of this is also like a relationship thing that you'll develop over time with communication and, you know, mindful experience. So, you know, be ready for that. Just assume everyone knows that already. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. The one thing that some people might ask about is like how hard to grip it, and I was joking about that with holding a dog, but that's actually, wow, she wants that paycheck for this.
Judy, I'll send it to you, okay?
Thank you all so much for watching this. Was I in the middle of another outro? Thank you so much for watching this. Everybody, please like and subscribe. Help this little Judy
learn poi.
All right, my camera's at low battery, so bye. UltraPoi. Lights that move. Oh, next one's gonna be ball fondling, isn't it? Oh, no, that was a joke. Planes? Next one, I'm gonna teach you how to fly planes. That's it, yeah.
We're gonna pilot your balls. That's what we're doing for that one.
Bring your aviator glasses, because we're getting high. Okay, bye. Do this YouTube stuff and support the channel. Thank you. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Sarcasm aside, but plus a joke. Bye.
Judy, like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe, Judy.
Like and subscribe.
She's got an account. She's gonna do it. All right.